Right, this is a Cara top tip. So watch this. Red light. Morning everyone, or should I say, well, it's around about 10 a.m. Bit of a late start for me today. After I dropped the kids to school today, I just had some admin stuff to do, and I really needed to clean. My van is an absolute mess. If you know me, you know I'm pretty organized, but I don't even want to show you. But yeah, even the front cabin on my van is a mess. The back is an absolute mess. So I just needed to sort some stuff out, just so I could like get to things. Because right now, well, yesterday I just threw everything in the van and just jumped in the van. It was late. So yeah, bit of a late start for me today. My first stop, I am just come over to New Morden to hit up AJ Boiler Spares. Need to pick up some bits and pieces for today and tomorrow. And I just need to restock on a few small bits and pieces as well. So yeah, first stop, come over here, grab whatever I need. I don't know if you guys are feeling it. I really am. I'm feeling the pressure. Let me know in the comments if you are as also. This period of the year, obviously silly season, is so demanding. My missus was even saying last night I was talking in my sleep. I'm pretty sure I was talking boilers, talking like parts and stuff. I don't know what I was doing, but yeah, she said she said to me I was talking in my sleep. But yeah, my mind is all over the place. I'm feeling the stress, feeling the pressure, but I'm just trying to man through this season, just this period. Because in the summer, it tends to obviously quiet down a little bit and it's a bit more relaxing. But this is our time as gas engineers. We got to make the most of it. So yeah, I'm just trying to man through it at the moment. But yeah, let's get the day started. Let me go in here and sort out whatever I need, and yeah, let's get it. Right guys, so we're here. I was here the other day. What was happening was the customer gave me a ring and said that the hot water heating, underfloor heating, well, the underfloor heating was working a little bit, but the hot water and the heating wasn't working. The way the system's set up is it's a combi, but they've teed it off for zone valves and stuff. When I came over and I opened up the boiler, the automatic air vent was completely crusted. So I thought maybe there might be like a sort of like an airlock or something causing the boiler to sort of overheat and cut out. So changed that, and I also realized that the pump was sort of struggling to spin. So I had one on the van, but it's been sitting on the van for a while. So I swapped that out, and it's slightly small. This is a 37 kilowatt boiler. The one that I had I think it was suitable for like up to a 28 kilowatt boiler. So swapped that out. The underfloor heating started to work. The cylinders started to heat up, but the radiators weren't heating up. Some of them were getting hot and some of them wasn't. So the whole system overall wasn't getting hot. So I'm back with a new pump. So we're going to swap that out, and then I'm also going to probably change that flow bypass valve, because a part of me feels like that might be stuck in an open position and it keeps telling the boiler that it's basically gained heat. So if we change that, then hopefully it will circulate throughout all the rads and stuff, and maybe work a bit better. So I'm just draining the boiler down at the moment. You can see there, and yeah, let's get straight to it.
I just phoned up Cara Gas, it's coming through with some brand new tools. He gon' service that boiler, heat up the crib to the house get warm. Brand new torch, no job too big when it's ran through walls. And your door and the dash on call, van stop pipes with the gas installs. You got an issue with gas or the heating, he's got a thermal camera to see things. Just call with a reason, got van stop pipe for a leakage. Press gun for the refit, in a job that he ain't done decent.
Right, so that's the pump installed. So now let's get that bypass taken out and swap it out for the new one as well.
If you add Cara Gas on the Instagram and you see what's recent, self-documented recorded from your toilets to Valent boilers.
Right, so pump's done, bypass is done as well. I don't know if you can see, there it is. So now all I'm doing is repressurizing the boiler, and then we'll purge it through, and we'll turn the heating on and see if that's working. And then we'll probably turn on the underfloor heating, and then we'll turn the cylinder. And we know the cylinder and the underfloor heating is working, but it's just more the central heating that we need to check. So we will. Looks like we've got a little bit of a leak underneath the boiler. Let's tighten that up a little bit. Start leaking on me. Oh, maybe I should show you guys what I'm doing. The valve here, it's got a slight leak on it. See if there's no water sitting on the boiler. Just give this a quick nip up. Should be fine now. Oh, wrong way. Yeah, we should be fine now. Shouldn't be leaking anymore. Fingers crossed. Alright, that's filled. Now, let me grab the camera. And now, I'm going to put it into purge, so P0. We'll let it do its thing. See what happens. The good thing about working outside is that if water goes on the floor, it doesn't really matter because it's outside. So doing the bypass was fine. A little bit of water went in the corner over there. Boiler's now purging. I'm going to let it do its thing, and then we'll come back to this. Right, so boiler temperature is set 69. 1.8. It's hitting 69, 70, 71, and sort of maintaining that heat. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to pull out my thermal imaging camera, because what I want to do is see. One second. Hold it like this. Once it turns on. So that's 60 degrees going through the flow there, which is good. That's what we want. This T here that they've teed off, I don't know if they've run that for the downstairs circuit, but yeah, well, that's a good sign anyway. We've got heat going down the central heating circuit, so I'm just going to leave that on, and the heat is maintaining. It doesn't seem to be overheating, so that is a good sign. So let's leave that on for a little while, and then what I'm going to do is then I will turn on the underfloor heating, and we'll check that out as well. Have both of them running, because I think what it is, it was previously, well, after I came the other day, I think if you left the cylinder on by itself, it was heating up. If you left the underfloor heating on, it was heating up, and then if you left the heating on, some of the radiators were heating up and some of them wasn't. I'm seeing drips. But I think it's coming, well, yeah, it's definitely coming from the manifold, so something along there. But yeah, we'll sort that out after anyway. We just want to get this heating working and up and running, so inshallah, fingers crossed. We don't do fingers crossed, but inshallah, that we've sorted the issue, inshallah. And before I get flooded in my comments, this I did notice this last time, but yeah, the PRVs are all just hanging dry, so I need to quote the customer to get that all run correctly. Oh, even the boiler PRVs missing. Damn. Gosh, man, honestly. Yeah, so need to quote to get those three sorted as well. I've been sitting here for around about 5 minutes. Boiler's still holding heat at 69, which is good. I'm just gonna let the heating run, and just trying to see if I can feel some heat coming back from the returns. I can't really feel anything coming back just yet, but yeah, let's let it run and see what happens. Nightmare. That job, I turned that underfloor heating on and it's literally like drawn all the heat away from the central heating. So the rads started, like some of the rads were heating up and then some of them weren't. Weird. The pump definitely, obviously I needed to replace the pump. So got onto the phone to Chigs, and he was just like, maybe try like a close T coupling on the underfloor heating. But before I did that, I've just changed the speed for the underfloor heating. It was set to 3, so I've set it to 1, and I'm hoping now it will evenly distribute. Because what it is that obviously where it's coming off the flow and heating up, as soon as I turn the underfloor heating on and the heating's on, because that underfloor heating's got a second pump, it's just dragging all the heat away. So baffling, very baffling. Obviously the customer was saying that everything was working fine previously and stuff, but yeah, I'm a bit annoyed. But now I've changed the settings for the underfloor heating, and I turned the heating on and I could feel the heat seemed to be a lot more on the heating side. So I've asked him to just keep it running for the next couple of hours, and then we'll have to just see what we'll have to see what happens, and we'll just have to take it from there. But yeah, job is stressful. Right, so this weather's crazy outside. Just that is obviously taking the pressure away, which is cool. What I'm gonna do, oh gosh, how easy was that? There we go. That's a bit better. To get another turn on it. Right, that's better. That is a lot better. Cool. Alright, let's go and turn the water back on and see what happens. Right, so water's back on. Let me just move this stuff out of the way. Looks like we're good to go. Actually, let me just swap this out for them. Let's just swap their old nozzle so they can connect their hose onto it. And make their life easier. Wicked. Happy with that. Leave that there. Take our rubbish inside. On to the next one. Right, I literally just came upstairs and the TRV was basically just sitting on the floor there. So I'm probably guessing that it's loose. It looks like it's brand new as well, so I can't see it being anything else. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it back on and then sort of test it, see if it goes to 5 and if it closes, because the customer just said it carried on spinning around. So yeah, let's check that out now. It just needs to be spinning. Okay, I've got a TRV head on me, which I think is a like-for-like one. But what I'll do for the time being is we'll fit this one and test it. We shouldn't have to really do it that tight. There we go. Alright, cool. And that goes to 0 and stays and opens up to 5. So that's done. Perfect. Happy with that. Now on to the next one. Right, so I've got emergency call out. Customer has reported that the fill valve has failed. So water's just filling up, going inside the overflowing, it's obviously leaking inside the toilet. But I've turned the water off. The customer's turned the water off, and so I'm gonna strip this out and get it sorted for them as soon as possible. So just my luck, the whole toilet is basically completely siliconed around the back, around the sides, and it's one of them sort of if you can see it there, it's one of them integrated ones, so I can't even access the fill valve from the side. I've got to pull the whole toilet out, and yeah, you know how it is when silicone toilets. I've managed to get that top part, so I need to wiggle it out now, see what happens. Another reason why I love this deblow kit. Right, so new fill valves installed, new flush valves installed. This donut washer comes with the cistern, but I always buy a separate one. I really don't like these. I think they're very flimsy. So we're gonna get rid of that. Use this one, and we're gonna put everything back together. Right, so that's the job done. Sorry I completely stopped recording. I just needed to get it done as soon as possible, but I'll show you now. So there we go, we've got a new flush valve, new fill valve. I've just resealed along there. I don't know if you can see, but I've siliconed around. The toilet. And moment of truth. And there you go. Wait for that to fill up, make sure that's all good. Which we already know it is, but we're just going to show you. It stops. That job took a lot longer than I thought it was going to be, but it's done. One time hit, whole load of van stock, on to the next one. Right, so my customer has contacted me and said that the boiler is continuously running. I've just gone upstairs to check the zone valves upstairs, and they're Honeywell ones, and they're totally fine. They're motoring over fine. They're on, so there's 2 heating zones and 1 hot water zone. Hot water zone valve was completely closed, and the heating one upstairs was completely closed. We've turned it on, and it motored over, and then turned it off, and that closed. This zone valve here, I'm suspecting is the one that was causing that. I just removed it and it turned the heating off, and then I've just put it back on. Asked the customer if they could ask for demand for the downstairs radiators, and it motored over and it turned back on. So now what I'm going to do, miss, if you can just turn off the heating for downstairs now. So we're just going to see if that now, I don't know, it might have just been jammed. Okay, so now that is motoring over, it's closing, and the boiler light is now off. So it just looks like there was a jammed zone valve. So I'm just gonna have a conversation with the customer and then I'll come back to you guys with what we have decided to do. Right, so the customer has opted to replace the valve. So we're just gonna go ahead and do that. Voltage tester. That's completely dead. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a 5-way connector on it, because I feel like in the future, if anyone needs to replace it, it will be a lot easier for them to replace it with a 5-way connector. It saves them having to go into the wiring center and touching stuff. So 5-way connector. Okay, miss, go for it. Yeah, turn the heating on, please. So we're gonna just watch that motor over. Okay, so we hear the click, you can see it motoring over. Pumps on. Boiler's fired up. Okay, miss, whenever you're ready, just if you can turn it off. And that's motored back over. And the flame is off. Lovely jubbly. On to the next one. Right, so the tenant has reported that she hasn't got any heating. Well, the demand's been off, well, the demand's off at the moment, so let's ask for demand. Oh, there we go. Turn that on. So that will now. And there's our culprit. Right. I wanted it to be a quick job. Right, this is a Cara top tip. So watch this. Red light. Let's see, we can hear circulation happening. That's pushing. Pump is spinning. You know how we do. Right, so this one is the last job of the day. The block next door to the one that we've just come from, they've got no heating also, and I'm suspecting it's gonna be the same issue, inshallah. If it is, nice and easy, we get that fixed. Why have I come all the way upstairs? I've come to the wrong floor. Go back down one floor. Right, so in the next flat, this is our last job of the day. Let's ask for demands first before we do anything. And again, we've got another red light of death. Time to give it some CPR. And we're back in business. Oh, been a long day. Can't wait to get home. Can't wait to go eat some food and get some rest, because we're back at it again tomorrow. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Catch you on the next one. Peace.
I just phoned up Cara Gas, he's coming through with some brand new tools. He gon' service that boiler, heat up the crib till the house get warm. Brand new torch, no job too big when it's ran through walls. At your door and the dash on call, van stop pipes for the gas installs. I just phoned up Cara Gas, he's coming through with some brand new tools. He gon' service that boiler, heat up the crib till the house get warm. Brand new torch, no job too big when it's ran through walls. At your door and the dash on call, van stop pipes for the gas installs.